What's up YouTube, it's Louis here bringing you today's cryptocurrency video on Firo. Now we're going to take a look at that weekly close. So of course we looked at the monthly yesterday. We did close a little bit below the last monthly low. Of course very negative in that sense, but for me it's not a convincing break below that last support. We're looking at the weekly now and we can see, and on the monthly time frame we held $5 like a boss. So for me that's why I'm a bit confident on Firo, because it held a nice psychological level like a boss, and we saw like an 8% bounce since then basically. So this is the weekly time frame now. Of course I have a lot of comments about this bearish cross on the weekly time frame. Of course always negative seeing a weekly bearish cross, but for me with Firo I'm not really looking at the EMAs much at all, to be honest. I'm looking at price action and reading that basically, because it's very volatile. And we're also in this consolidation period, so that's why we're in a very volatile range basically. So we're in a range bound market, and as we know EMAs are only good in trending markets, but when they're range bound you want to completely ignore them. So that's why for me I'm just going to completely ignore that bearish cross, because it can easily get invalidated. But we also are aware of the potential bearish scenarios, because we keep explaining that to you guys in videos. So we have this ascending triangle over here on the weekly time frame, very accurate because it's on a high time frame. It was actually a monthly ascending triangle, so even more accurate because of that. You can see on the monthly there you're holding this nice bottom over here, which we went through yesterday. Very nice support areas, a lot of fake outs between, but you can see eventually resistance, support. And yes, you've closed down there, but it's not lower than, what was it, not lower than these wicks down here or something like that. Go check out that video yesterday. So on the weekly time frame I'm liking this weekly close, to be honest guys. Let's get rid of drawings and indicators. So we're holding $5 very nicely. We've had an amazing bounce. We're currently sitting at $5.45, very nice to start the week off. And you also closed at $5.37, so above $5. This is what we need to keep on seeing. You're now basically closing in between this body and this wick. You never close below the wick, so you're basically trapped in this area over here. So this is good because you're holding support basically, for me anyway. Yeah, you lost the low here, but you're holding support because there's an area of support. It's not just there because you start feeling support down here, and that's what pushed you back up, this demand area. So that's why I have my support from here to here as this area, and you never broke below this demand area. You can see that never broke below it, just bounced off of it. You were below but couldn't close below. So guys, we've zoomed in now to look at this in a bit more detail, and if we were to have closed below this low with this red candle, you would actually be engulfing this green one, basically a bearish continuation pattern. The week before we formed a bullish engulfing, that's why we should see bullish price action next. And so this was like market manipulation, being down here before the weekly close, because as the week was going by you were down here, oh it's a bearish engulfing, it's a bearish engulfing, all the noobs. But if you're an experienced trader, you know that you should only make judgments on a closed candle, and you need to wait for that weekly close, which was last night. And so with that weekly close you actually have not engulfed the green candle, so we are meant to continue up basically, because we have this bullish engulfing followed by a higher low with wick rejections to the downside, showing us the bullish sentiment. And you're sort of forming this double bottom 1 neckline 2 with a higher low. And if we could go take a look at the daily time frame, we can see that right now, 1 bottom neckline 2. This is also that cup and handle, cup over here, handle here, which we've been talking about. And of course, as I told you guys, on that weekly time frame I'm not too worried about that bearish cross, because it's in a consolidation period. On the daily time frame we can have a little bit more zoomed in, and you can see you are in this downtrend on the daily time frame. So I can look at the EMAs. Once we break above the 20 and confirm that as support, as long as we can get above the 55, your technical target would be the 200 EMA, roughly at $7. So that is what I'm personally seeing for Firo, maintaining that of course this is a double bottom and it can hold $5 as support. I'm going to get these fib retracements up now. Of course, if you were to lose this one, which we haven't come down to, you were below the 786 but found support somehow on $5, telling me that this is a strong area of support. You couldn't get down to the one, although that was your target out of falling out of the 786. If you were to lose the one, of course these would be your targets down here, the 1618. But I do think that this low down here would hold, because that's true support, and you just wick down to there. But I'm not seeing that whatsoever until you're losing those key levels of support, which we haven't done. So no need to worry about that right now. Basically, let's turn on these other fibs right now. So measured from the swing high to the swing low. Now you're like, Louis, you haven't put it on the exact points, you haven't put it on the wicks exactly. If you go to the 4 hour time frame, these are the exact points basically. This is why on some charts you see that they're not lined up exactly. We have this head and shoulders technical target met, and that's why we're forming a new pattern, falling wedge over here, come up to the technical target of the falling wedge, create some cup and handle. Once we break that cup and handle, which is also a W pattern and ascending triangle, we have this target up here at $8.18. Then you would be on your way up to that resistance of that monthly ascending triangle, and once you break above that monthly ascending triangle, you would have a technical target here at $13.15. But not only that, not only is that screaming for $13.15, you also have some confluence. The fact that this impulsive way, when you come down, you're correcting back up to the 618. Of course, we got rejected, but as long as we're not losing the zero, we're going to attempt to break that 618 again. That is our $7 target. Once we get above $7, we have a minimal target of the 1618 at $12.87, acting as confluence with our ascending triangles breakout technical target. I think it's a bit off actually because it wasn't on the line, so that's a bit more accurate. $13 basically. So that is what I'm seeing for Firo right now. If you're getting up there, you're making higher highs over this, so that means that we'd go for this next. So that is why I have this 2.272 and a 2.414 target at roughly 19 and 21 cent. Perfect guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you in the next one, and as always, peace.